Local SEO audit for a junk removal company. That's right, a local SEO audit and game plan for a junk removal company. If you're in the junk removal niche, this is not one you're going to want to miss. Let me pull up everything. I'm going to get this video dropped into the groups, and then we will go live and jump right in. Let's see here. If you have any SEO questions, business mindset questions, fitness questions, any of the stuff you want to ask me, anything, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's even about the Philippines or anything. Just ask me. I will gladly answer your questions. But today we're talking about specifically junk removal SEO for this person that reached out to me and wants me to do a audit for him and give him a game plan. We've been doing a lot of these lately, so let me get this real quick. Let's see here. All right, we're almost done. All right, I'm going to go ahead and send this over to the client as well. This is actually a client of mine, used to be a client of mine. And I want to see where he's at and how we can help him. All right, the name of the company is Out Junk Out. He is a junk removal company based in Virginia. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and see where he's currently at. As far as his rankings, I use Local Dominator, and we can see that he's in the top 12. He's not doing too great. He is in the top 10 for the junk removal service. It's, top 17. This is in a 10-mile radius, so it's not too shabby. So this is where you're currently at, Eddie. If you have any questions while I'm doing this for you, just drop it below. Now, basically, your predominant area where your ranking is right here where you're located at. And then as you go out further, you're losing rankings. Now, all right, let's go ahead and get down in the nitty-gritty. So this is the main website. I'm going to tell you what I would change, what I would do different, that sort of thing. Okay. First off, if we're looking at the website, I personally want the phone number, this bar up here, to scroll with me the entire time. Either move it down to here with the menu, or get rid of it entirely because it's a waste of space, and add your social icons phone number here. So when I scroll, it follows me. Why? Because people are dumb. They're not going to know, oh, where's the phone number? And they're going to go searching for it. Most people don't want to search for jack diddly crap. Okay. So we always want a sticky menu. We always want the phone number to follow us. We want it to be click to call, which it is. I like that it's green, that it pops out. You always want it to pop no matter where it's at. Now, get the free quote here. I don't have an image here. It's just a black, black background. Says, get your free no obligation junk removal quote. That's fine. I would prefer an image there to make this look more like, instead of a lead generation site, look like a legitimate company. I want to see pictures of you, your staff, junk removal happening. To get the free quote, most people don't want to click free quote. If I go to a GMB, like your GMB, most of the time people are going to click to call. And if I call and you don't answer, generally they're going to call somebody else. They're not there to fill out a quote form. Then, that's not saying you don't need to have quote forms. I would just personally only have them on the contact us page. That is just me, having dealt with home service businesses and clients and customers for thousands of different companies. Okay. People don't want to fill out a form. They're lazy. Number two, this is a waste of space. This personally, to me, having dealt with them, looks more like just a lead generation website. You're trying to generate leads, then you sell them to other companies. You actually don't do any junk removal, which I personally get rid of it. Okay. Then, and if you want to absolutely have it to the side, have image and text here so it looks more presentable, and it increases your conversion rate. When it looks just like a form slapped on a landing page, it's going to decrease your conversion rate. All right. See, like some of these images, why aren't these pulled up here? Why aren't they at the top? This is click to call, which is good. Let's look through. Now, every single service you have, like hot tub removal, appliance removal, should be linked to their own pages. When you go and much more, and it goes to a page and it has all the different services, but all these need to be linked to their own pages. So this is great. I don't like the way it's laid out, but I would then take this and attach each and every one of them to their own pages. That's what we currently do for our junk removal clients and any other clients, like I've been showing you guys in creating a sitemap. Now, what I can do is I will create for you a sitemap, Eddie, and send that over to you, showing you how I would personally structure it. See, like this is great. You have these pages, but they need to be linked on the service page. On that service page, whenever I click on services, all of these need to be linked to their own pages. And personally, I wouldn't do it like this. I mean, you could go services, click on it. It's a hub page. You don't even need the drop down. And then this service hub page, which is this, would go to all the different pages. We would just lay it out so it's more clean and it's higher and it's great for conversion rate. All right, so you got the pages, you got the content's there. I would just want better content, about 1,500 words of content specifically written about property clean out, appliance removal, etc. There's not enough content, okay, for each of those pages as well. Now let's go over here. I'm going to look at a couple of more things. So your services, like I said, we are going to do that real quick for you. Let me pull up the so if you need the prompt, any of you, for the sitemap structure, just let me know. This prompt, I use it to create sitemaps. So what you need, Eddie, is an appropriate sitemap. So in this case, yes, it's all of this. I'm going to send this over to you, but the way it's structured. Okay, you are a junk removal company. And from what I remember, you also do demo. Junk removal, and demolition. But you're only doing light demo, not heavy demo and light demolition. There's a big difference, guys, between light and heavy demolition. That's why I specifically stated that. I don't see commercial stuff, but I'm going to leave it in here because you need to do commercial and residential. Okay, so now let's go back to our prompt. And you're located in Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, or Arlington, Virginia, and the surrounding areas. And we'll deal with that later because I know Fairfax County and all surrounding areas. We'll deal with the multi-location later. All right, so, and I'll send this over to you as well, Eddie. So your pillar sitemap, your pillars, number one pillar is core services or your services, and we list those all out. And then your location pages, you need multi-location pages, which I know you have because you have them here, but this is just not the way we set them up. I'm going to put inside of these neighborhoods, places to go, things to do, etc., and tell geo-relevant information about that page. Service cluster pages, this is all the different, this is just some of them, but I'm going to expand it, okay? Expand it, I'm going to cover, for example, every single possible keyword for junk removal, okay? So everything you can possibly cover, we're going to cover. So tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of pages. If you get what I'm saying, you're going to have hundreds of pages, okay? So turn each page, it needs to have, like I said, around 1,500 words of content, okay? And then we're going to build a 300 plus page sitemap because it looks more like a franchise when I do that, and then Google gives it more authority. The other thing we're going to do, which I've shown you guys before, is this is the way our service pages are, and our location pages are set up, which is what you need to have done. If you want that service, we do that for like $90. And we create all the neighborhood pages. And if you click on any of the neighborhoods, you'll see that it goes over to the maps. But if you click on the service areas, these go over to separate pages that are about those neighborhoods, things to do, top sites in the map, okay? The next thing we do as well is the 30 plus page G stack, which is down here where we talk about the specific city and area, interest in neighborhood, points of interest, places to live, things to do, popular hotels and best restaurants. And the reason why we do that, if you go to maps on Google, you'll see very clearly, they tell you what's important to them, things to do, restaurants, hotels, museum, pharmacies, etc. And we do that to put geo-relevant information on your website, okay? That's why we do it. And I'm going to send this over to you. But as you can see on this, the number one thing, you had the core pillar pages, which is going to be about junk removal, commercial, clean out, light demo, and debris. So at the top up here, you'll have your core pillars, right? Then you have 70 plus service pages. Every one of these need 1,500 words of content or more. if you want the 1 million words of content would cover what you need here. And I normally do that for like $2,000. However, if you're an SEO client paying the $8.95 a month, then we do it. Okay. Here's a sample of the location pages. You're going to have 120 plus pages. All of this, all the blogs, all the authority, all the problem bases, all the eco, the fact, the entity pages, the support pages, all that stuff. We would create all of that. I'm going to send this over to you, Eddie. I want to make sure this is the GMB I have. Yeah. Yeah, I have that Cromwell location, Eddie. Thank you, though. Let's see what else we got. So I sent you this is the sitemap. So next thing after sitemap is I want to look at, okay, your backlinks and all that stuff. I know, you know, you're either losing traffic, you've lost 15% of your traffic, you've already lost some of your keywords. Total altogether, you have about 400 keywords that are ranking. But of those 400, only how many are in the top 3? So in the top 3, you only have 3 keywords, which are probably going to be your brand name. But I'll look at it real quick. Yep, brand. So as far as, if you will, my recommendations usually are always going to be what we do and what we've been doing for a long time. And I've been reiterating to you guys over and over again is number one, when I look at your business, let's go up here to the very top. So let's look at your socials. You don't have Facebook on here. You don't have Instagram on here. You got it way down at the bottom. Okay, let's look. Are you posting daily? April 3rd, March 31st? No, you're not. And you're posting the generic type stuff, and you want to post more reels and actual none of this stuff, right? Like this, yes. Before and afters, yes. Videos, reels, yes. And you want to post it on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. Hit all of them. Because you're trying to build a brand so that when I go and Google your name, that let's just say Out Junk Out in Alexandra, Out Junk Out, Alexandra, you know, or just like this, Out Junk Out, because that's your brand name. And I go look up videos, I should see you, and I don't. If I go look up short videos, I should see you, and I don't. And that's not cool. I mean, I should be able to see you. If I go look up, let's say, Wolf Forge SEO, you see my videos popping up. And that's what you want to see, like that. And the reason why you want to see that is because that tells you you have a brand, okay? Google's going to trust you more. They're going to rank you higher. And here's what we like to do. So when we build out any asset whatsoever, I don't care if it's a blog, a press release, a podcast, anything. This is how we personally build them out. So when we do a blog, we want to leverage as much of that authority as possible. So I want to look at your foundational social profiles, which we already saw. You have them, but you don't have all of them. And I want to show you another way we can look and see, do you have them all? So when we go and Google your brand name and the GMB pops up, I see Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitter, but I don't see Instagram. I don't see Facebook. I don't see LinkedIn. I don't see all of them. And I want all of them. And then besides having them, are you posting on them on a daily basis? No, you're not. YouTube, you don't have to post every single day on, but you need to be posting on consistently. YouTube is owned by Google, and it's the second largest search engine, so there's no reason not to be posting on this on a monthly basis. TikTok, I doubt it, but we'll see. Nope, you're posting, but not on a daily basis, right? Linked, we already seen. Facebook, you're not. Okay, so the reason why you need to put those there, you need to also put them on your website. I personally would put them up here at the top, not at the bottom in the footer. Okay. I would not necessarily have the, I mean, you could put the email thing here, but people are not emailing you most of the time. But so those are the things we want to look at. So next, your social profiles, your video profiles, your voice profile. Voice is podcast, Spotify, Podbean. We set all those up for you when you're a client of ours. Okay. Then before we get to backlinks, which is next, in AWS and the GStack, we set up an advanced GStack. An advanced GStack is made up of Google's own assets: Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, Google Calendar, Google Slides, Google Images, etc. And we tie all those together to an AWS cloud page. An AWS cloud page is, think of Amazon, its own hosting. We take an asset, all the assets of Google, all those backlinks, and put it on a Google Cloud. Now, why is this effective? Is we're using Google's own assets to leverage our ranking. However, when we do a blog, what we're doing, we do the blog and we turn it into a video, and then we turn it into a podcast, and then we turn it into a press release, and then we have all those backlinks, about 600 a month, put through to the website service pages, location pages, never directly to the home page. And then we drop it into the Google Advanced GStack, which is then put on the AWS. And they're all daisy chain tied together. So all of that link juice is going through Google's assets, which helps the indexing, which helps the rankings. I remember when I had a friend of mine named Chris Palmer, and I know some of you guys know him, but he looked at my advanced GStacks and he was like, over 90-something% of these, William, are on page 1 of Google. And for some people, they may say, well, that's not a big deal. It is a big deal. Google's assets, and I have people, well, they don't help you rank. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Promise you, by God Almighty, they do. So, for example, an advanced GStack includes the maps, and these are all the entities and Google entities and backlinks, all the setup folders we do, etc. Back in the good old days, when you set up and then we'll just go to home. If you were to take, let's say, the Eddie one we just did and hit share, that file will only be, anyone with a link can see it. So that's not a public file. However, the way we've got the advanced GStack set up, way it used to be with Google, is you could hit share and it would be a public link like it is there. Right? Which means Google can index them. I've had people say, well, Google don't index them. Okay, sure. Google don't index them. And if you believe that, you're bubble. So like this right here is one of Google's sites and it's indexed. This is one of the Google documents and it's indexed. That's all from the advanced GStack. So they do get indexed. Now, the next part of this I want to show you So once we do all that and they're all tied together, you're getting 4 press releases a month. That's over 600 backlinks a month. They're all shoved down Google's throat. Okay. So that's what we would do as far as the rankings. Now, on a regular basis inside the dashboard as a client, you're going to be getting regular updates on a daily basis, whether we're doing a GMB post, a press release, a blog, or whatever. We're updating our clients inside our dashboard, which you have access to as a client. Let me pull one of these up for you and I'll show you what I mean. And then besides that, you also get your monthly report, which has everything inside of it. But just for example, I'll show you this so you can understand what you're getting. So inside your dashboard, you'll have where we're constantly in communication with you and what we're doing as far as SEO. This is your dashboard. Reset. So whether it's, if it's a regular SEO client or if it is like, let me pull up in Corey. So your monthly reports generally, let's say this is March, you'll have your on page, your blogs, your YouTube, your podcasts, your press releases, and then also inside the dashboard where we communicate with you on a regular basis. We also guarantee that slot that you will be in the top 3 or we stop billing you. Let me show you this too. So if you want to see what all is included in those packages, you go over here to SEO packages, and let's say I wanted these right here are just, these are no on page, no on page, no on page. These are all just off page packages. But then if you go to the Success Blueprint, for example, this includes 50 total keywords that we target, all those pages. And then what happens is once you're ranking in those 50 keywords, we then rotate them out with another 50. But it includes all the Google core entities setup, the social entities, the Web 2.0s, the Google Workspace, everything. And then it also includes all the blogs, all the press releases, podcasts, Cloud Stack, Advanced GStack, the 30+ page, and the Advanced City page, which I already told you about, the $897 a month. The foundational one is $500 a month. Do you have any questions, Eddie? Any questions whatsoever? All right. Yeah, I mean, you got over 300 reviews, but the problem is, what good is 300 reviews if you're not ranking? That's the problem. So if you're not ranking, those 300 reviews, mean nothing. Let's see here. And I'm not saying that facetiously, it's just a fact. You can have as many reviews as you want, but without ranking, it's not going to help you. So good news is you have your address shown, so I know I can easily get this done. It's not a service area based business. You are posting on your GMB. Are you replying to your reviews? Yes, they're posting pictures a lot of times, which is amazing. A review is great. A review with photos, even better. A review made on location with photos, 1,000 times better. And yeah, we already did the audit and showed you this. What I'm also going to send you is I'm going to send you this analysis report that I'm going to send you, but this is your rankings. Imagine if you're currently getting, let's say, 10 jobs a month, and you're only ranking in 9% of the area, you're missing out on hundreds of calls every single month, which means they're going to your local competitors. And I can look at, all right, well, who's outranking you here? Nova Movers, you got him, you got Load Up, Lion Strong. There's nobody actually dominating that entire area, which is good because you'd see them in the top 3 here. Let me look in. Let's go look more towards Alexander. 2 Men in a Truck, of course. Lion Strong. So Lion Strong is the main one I've been seeing. Let's say, see, Lion Strong. Let's see if he's over here. So he's not towards the, he's not in the West. He's in number 6 in the West. But in all the areas you want to be, Lion Strong is in the top 3. So he would be your main person, I would say, is, the main person you're going after and you're going to be competing against. And I would look at what he's doing right, what he's, see, like the form, even over here, like I was telling you earlier, always when you scroll, you want a sticky header with a phone number that follows you. You don't want that big ass form like you have, or if you're going to do it like this. Put an image up here. I like the way his website's laid out 1,000 times better than yours. It's more organized and better set up for conversion rate optimization. So that's not even looking at his off page, but he's the guy that you have to beat. And that's based on what I see in here. Okay. Now, as far as this, I'm going to send this over to you as well. This is your actual SEO analysis. I'm going to send this over to you as well. So AI, Google testing AI does not affect an attack or do anything to SEO. Don't believe all the bullshit that people tell you, because this is not true. Number one, you do need to get an AI, and the Google AI overviews how you do that, and I'll show you, is by simply putting backlinks on the places Google wants you to be in, and where AI pulls from, and I'll show you. So in your analysis report, this goes over your visibility. Lion Strong is your number 1, strong across top 3, multi-location in all the areas I was showing you. 2 Men in a Truck is another one. Target the weak zones. So what we personally do is, when you're ranking in the green area, I stop concentrating on that and I start concentrating on all the other areas that you're not. So like I can actually pull up the latitude and longitude of every single area that you are, if you will, not ranking in, or you're having trouble ranking in. So let's say, for example, in this one, let me pull it up for you. In this right here, if I go, okay, you're not ranking in this area, I can pull up the latitude, longitude, and then I start concentrating all off-page SEO and on-page SEO on those specific areas. So that's what I wind up doing. The same thing the report's telling you to do. Concentrate on the weak areas, target those, add in geo-relevant content, which I also told you to do. Review campaigns. Obviously, you got enough reviews, but what you want to do is get specific reviews. Get specific reviews in the areas where you're weak at, meaning I want to get reviews in the areas where I'm not in the top 3. So I put up yard signs with QR codes going to the GMBs in these areas, and I target clients in these areas and have them do reviews in those specific areas. GMB optimization, obviously. So one of the things we do as well when we're optimizing and making posts, we post about the areas we want to rank in. You can also create local partnerships with nonprofits, etc., and get a backlink from their website to your website from those areas. I'd also look at your top competitor, which I already showed you is going to be Lion Strong, and location page SEO, which I already went over. So I'm going to send all of that. That's over to you. How long would it take for me to see an ROI or return on investment? 3 months or less. Top 3 in 3 months. Otherwise, I pause the billing or I refund you completely. So I would love to get on this for you and dominate. And I got plenty of junk removal places, clients I can show you that we've done it for. Chris Kale, Jeremy Weaver, a bunch of them. So it's not me just talking out my ass. But let's see what else. Okay, the other thing I wanted to show you, AI, because everybody always asks about AI overviews, etc. So here's where AI pulls from: Reddit, Wikipedia, YouTube, Google, Yelp, Facebook, Amazon, TripAdvisor, Amazon. Why do you think the cloud page is really important? Mapbox, OpenStreet, Instagram, Facebook, all the places we told you about, YouTube. So the reason why we're doing what we do and we're putting a blog up and then we daisy chain it to all these different assets and put it across all these different places and platforms and syndicate it is because that is where Google AI is going to pull from. The AI is simply going to pull from there. It's not like it makes its own SEO up or anything. A lot of guys will say, oh, well, you got to do a specific hack, or they try to say there's AI or geo SEO. There is no fucking thing as AI SEO. None. It literally pulls from what you're already doing. Okay. If you're doing correct SEO, that's where it's going to pull from. So let me know, Eddie, what you want. If you want to go ahead and get started, and I will send you over the 3-month agreement and get you started and get you rocking and rolling. All right. I appreciate you guys. If you guys have any whatsoever, any SEO questions, business questions, Philippine questions, let me know. Also, if you're in the Philippines or in Manila and you ever want to meet up, just message me. Also, I am in MJ Lopez's mastermind. So if you ever want to meet me there or at Power Talks, just go over to it's generally the first Friday of the month. Go over to his mjlopez.ph and sign up. You can sign up for his course there, or you can go to powertalks.ph and sign up for Power Talks. And the next one is going to be in April. I'd love to meet up with you. I'd love to help you in any way I can. Always here to service and give value. Thank you guys. God bless. And until next time, see you.